Chosen ones, listen carefully, because what you're about to hear will change the way you see your journey forever. You've endured trials, faced delays, and walked paths that seemed uncertain, but every step was leading you here to the final threshold of your destiny. You have no idea what's coming next, and that is exactly the way Allah planned it. Today, we uncover 7 powerful lessons that will prepare your heart, ignite your faith, and guide you into the next chapter of your life, a chapter filled with blessings, divine shifts, and unimaginable purpose. This is not just another moment, this is the final step. Are you ready to embrace it? Chosen one, understand this truth deeply. Every moment of waiting, every second that stretches beyond your patience, every delay that makes your heart ache, it is not wasted. It is a divine test of your faith, a sacred measure of your connection with Allah. The waiting is not a punishment, nor is it a sign of neglect. Rather, it is Allah refining your soul, polishing your heart, and preparing your spirit for what is coming, which is far greater than what your mind can imagine. When you feel unseen, unheard, and overlooked, remember that Allah's wisdom transcends human understanding, and His timing is flawless. He is measuring your reliance upon Him, your surrender to His decree, and the purity of your intentions. Patience during this waiting is not merely enduring. It is an act of worship, a proof that your faith is anchored not in circumstance, not in immediate reward, but in the One who created you, knows your trials, and sees the sincerity of your heart when no one else does. Every heartbeat of longing, every prayer whispered in the silence of your solitude is recorded by Allah, and each is a seed that will bloom into unimaginable blessings at the appointed time. The chosen one learns that the trials of waiting are the crucible in which true character is forged, that the moments of uncertainty are opportunities to strengthen reliance on divine wisdom, and that surrendering to Allah's timing is the doorway to a peace the world cannot give. Do not rush the unfolding of your destiny, for the final step cannot be crossed by haste or impatience. It requires trust, humility, and an unwavering conviction that what is delayed is never denied. The waiting is the test of your faith, and through it, Allah is silently preparing you to step into a life that aligns perfectly with His plan, a life in which your heart, your mind, and your soul are ready to embrace the magnitude of the blessings that will soon arrive. So remain steadfast, chosen one, remain patient, and know that the waiting itself is a sacred sign that you are closer than ever to the threshold of your destiny, a threshold where faith becomes victory, patience becomes power, and trust becomes the ultimate bridge to Allah's mercy and provision. Chosen one, everything you have endured, the heartbreaks, the betrayals, the disappointments, the doors that closed, and the losses that left your heart in pieces, none of it was wasted, none of it was meaningless, and none of it was by chance. Your past, every struggle and every trial, was meticulously designed by Allah to prepare you for the greatness that lies ahead, to mold you into the person capable of carrying the weight of your divine destiny. The nights you cried alone, the moments you felt unseen or misunderstood, the times you prayed and no answer seemed to come, all of it was a sacred training ground, a spiritual gymnasium for the soul, where your character, patience, and resilience were being strengthened beyond what your own understanding could perceive. Chosen one, do not look back with regret or resentment, for your scars are not marks of failure but badges of honor, symbols that you have survived, you have endured, and you have remained steadfast in faith. Each loss, each setback, and each trial was a teacher sent from Allah, showing you what not to cling to, what to let go of, and what truly matters in your journey. The pain of the past was shaping your empathy, your wisdom, and your vision, preparing you to navigate the future with clarity, courage, and divine insight. What seemed like devastation was in reality divine orchestration, a carefully measured process of refinement, so that when the blessings finally arrive, you would recognize their value, carry them responsibly, and walk in humility, grateful for the path that led you to them. The chosen one understands that the past is not a chain but a ladder, each rung lifting you higher toward the life Allah has prepared, a life that is in perfect alignment with your purpose, a life where every tear you shed and every trial you faced becomes a testimony of Allah's mercy, wisdom, and unfailing plan. So do not mourn what was lost, do not lament what you could not change, and do not despair over moments that tested you. Instead, honor your journey, embrace your growth, and recognize that every chapter of your past was a sacred rehearsal for the divine role you are now ready to step into. A role that will manifest blessings, opportunities, and triumphs beyond what your heart can imagine, all perfectly timed by the one who knows the beginning and the end of every story. Chosen one, trust this profound reality. Your heart carries knowledge far beyond what your eyes, your mind, or even the world around you can perceive. Even when circumstances seem uncertain, when doors remain closed, when the future appears shrouded in darkness, your heart, that sacred compass given by Allah, already knows the way. It recognizes the paths that lead to blessings, the decisions that align with your divine purpose, and the opportunities that are meant specifically for you long before they manifest in your reality. The world may try to convince you otherwise, voices of doubt may echo in your ears, and your own fear may attempt to cloud this knowing, but the chosen one learns to distinguish between the noise of the world and the quiet, unwavering guidance of Allah, whispering through the heart. Every instinct, every subtle pull, every feeling of certainty that arises within you is not coincidence. It is the divine navigation system placed by your Creator to lead you safely, to protect you from harm, and to guide you toward the fulfillment of your destiny. Often, you may question why the path seems unclear, why the steps are so difficult, or why the answers do not appear when you call upon them. But the heart's guidance is patient, precise, and perfect. It waits for your soul to align with divine timing, for your faith to mature, and for your intentions to be purified, so that when the blessings unfold, you step into them with full awareness, gratitude, and humility. The chosen one understands that vision without insight can mislead, but insight from the heart never errs, for it is directly connected to Allah's wisdom, His knowledge of the unseen, and His perfect plan. So, when your eyes cannot see, when the road ahead is obscured, when the world seems uncertain, do not panic, do not force, and do not despair. Instead, listen to your heart, follow its guidance, and trust that Allah has already illuminated your path, even if it is hidden from sight. Every pause, every hesitation, every quiet moment of reflection is a reminder that your heart has always known, your spirit has always understood, and your destiny has always been unfolding according to a divine script that only Allah fully comprehends. Walk in faith, chosen one, for the heart sees what the eyes cannot, it knows what the mind cannot, and it recognizes the truth of your journey long before the world ever reveals it. Chosen one, hear this deeply and let it resonate in your soul. The final step, the one that separates preparation from destiny, cannot be reached through effort alone, nor through planning, ambition, or control. It requires complete surrender, an absolute, unwavering, and total submission of your heart, mind, and will to Allah, the one who sees what you cannot, knows what you cannot, and ordains what is best for you even before the world existed. To surrender does not mean to give up. It means to give in to the perfect wisdom of your Creator, to release the illusion that you are in control of every outcome, and to trust with certainty that what Allah has decreed will never be delayed beyond its perfect time, nor will it come early before you are fully ready to embrace it. The chosen one learns that every fear, every worry, every attempt to force what is not yet ready only obstructs the flow of divine blessings. Surrender is an active, conscious act of faith, a declaration that your heart no longer clings to its own desires, that your mind no longer insists on its own understanding, and that your soul is fully aligned with the one whose knowledge encompasses the unseen. It is the realization that what you think is your plan is often a distraction, that what you chase may never be yours, and that what Allah holds for you is far beyond the limitations of your imagination. As you stand on the threshold of the final step, you may feel fear, doubt, and uncertainty, because the unknown is daunting, because the path you cannot yet see challenges your comfort, and because letting go of control feels unnatural to a soul that has been trained to hold on. But know this: surrender is not the absence of strength, it is the pinnacle of power. It is the ultimate expression of trust, the truest form of courage, and the gateway to divine manifestation. When you surrender completely, every delay becomes purposeful, every obstacle becomes a lesson, and every hardship becomes a building block for the greatness that is about to be revealed. The chosen one learns that Allah does not need your control, your planning, or your attempts to force outcomes. He needs your heart to submit fully, your intentions to be pure, and your faith to be unwavering. Through surrender, what was hidden is revealed, what seemed impossible becomes inevitable, and what was once delayed arrives at the perfect time with perfect measure. Surrender transforms your life, chosen one, because it aligns your reality with divine wisdom. It clears the path for blessings to flow without obstruction, and it prepares you to receive more than your heart could have imagined, more than your mind could comprehend, and more than the world could ever define. It is the sacred space where patience transforms into power, trust transforms into miracles, and faith becomes a tangible force that shapes your destiny. To truly take the final step, you must let go of fear, release expectations, and relinquish the illusion of control, knowing that Allah's plan for you is perfect in every detail, that His timing is flawless, and that His wisdom surpasses every limitation of the human heart. In this surrender, every prayer you have whispered in the quiet of your solitude, every tear you have shed in private, and every longing that has weighed on your soul finds its purpose and meaning. The chosen one understands that the final step is not about action alone, nor about struggle alone, but about alignment. Alignment of your heart with divine will, alignment of your intentions with pure devotion, and alignment of your trust with the one who never fails. It is the sacred moment when the unseen becomes seen, when the impossible becomes possible, and when the life you have been waiting for unfolds with divine precision. So, release your worries, abandon your doubts, and step fully into surrender, chosen one, for it is in this complete submission that Allah will elevate you, protect you, and grant you access to blessings, opportunities, and purposes that no eye has seen, no mind has imagined, and no heart has fully comprehended. This is the final step, and it is not crossed by hesitation, fear, or resistance, but by surrender, a surrender so profound, so all-encompassing, that it transforms your faith into power, your patience into victory, and your trust into a bridge that carries you into the life Allah has prepared specifically for you, a life of fulfillment, divine alignment, and unimaginable elevation. The final step requires complete surrender, and in that surrender, chosen one, you will find your true strength, your ultimate peace, and your destined triumph, because Allah honors those who submit, elevates those who trust, and blesses those who let go of everything to place their heart fully in His hands. Chosen one, understand this divine reality. Every door that has closed in your life, every opportunity that slipped through your fingers, every relationship that ended, every path that seemed blocked, is not a rejection, a failure, or a punishment. It is a sign from Allah, a signal that something far greater, far more aligned with your purpose, is being prepared for you. The chosen one learns that what feels like loss is often divine redirection, a gentle but firm guidance steering you toward what is meant for you, away from what could harm, delay, or distract you from your destiny. Life's closed doors are not obstacles to your success. They are the hands of Allah protecting you from what you cannot yet see or understand, preserving your energy, your heart, and your soul for the blessings that are perfectly timed. Often, you may feel disappointment, frustration, or fear when a door closes, because the human heart naturally clings to what it desires, to what it imagines will bring fulfillment. But the Chosen One recognizes that Allah's wisdom surpasses human understanding, that the unseen is infinitely more precise than anything your mind can conceive, and that His planning is meticulous in every detail, even in ways that you cannot yet comprehend. When a door closes, it is not the end, it is a divine pause, a sacred interlude where the universe aligns, where circumstances are arranged, and where your life is being positioned for the next chapter that is far greater than what you left behind. Trust that every delay is deliberate, every denial is protective, and every disappointment is a preparation for a blessing so immense that the moment it arrives, you will understand why it could not have come earlier, why the other door could not have remained open, and why every closed path was necessary to preserve your ultimate success, peace, and purpose. The Chosen One knows that Allah does not make mistakes, that He sees every moment of your struggle, every tear you shed in solitude, every prayer whispered in desperation, and that He orchestrates all of it with infinite wisdom, precision, and care. It is in the surrender to this truth that patience becomes a power, trust becomes a shield, and hope becomes a compass, guiding you through the uncertainty toward the blessings that are already written for you. When you release attachment to what is closing and embrace faith in what is coming, you align yourself with the divine flow, and doors begin to open effortlessly, doors that bring opportunities, relationships, guidance, and resources that you could never have imagined. Doors that match the exact measure of your faith, readiness, and destiny. Every closed door is also a test, Chosen One, a test of your reliance upon Allah, your ability to trust His timing, and your willingness to surrender your desires in favor of His wisdom. It is in these moments of closure that your heart is strengthened, your vision is purified, and your path is clarified. The Chosen One learns to walk away from doors that no longer serve them without regret, without anger, and without hesitation, knowing that the right door, the perfect door, the door that will carry them to their purpose, will open at the exact moment Allah intends. And when it opens, it will do so with such ease, with such alignment, and with such perfection that you will marvel at the wisdom of the One who closed all the doors that came before. So, do not grieve over the endings, do not cling to the past, and do not fear what seems like rejection, because every door closing is a sacred signal that Allah is preparing the right door for you, a door that will elevate you, bless you, and place you exactly where you are meant to be, in perfect timing, with perfect precision, and with blessings that exceed every expectation of the heart, mind, and soul. The Chosen One walks through life knowing that what is meant for them will never miss them, that what is not meant for them will never reach them, and that every door closing is a divine gift, a protective mercy, and a preparation for the miraculous unfolding of the life Allah has already written, the life that is waiting patiently, silently, and perfectly for the moment you are ready to step through. Chosen One, understand this with every fiber of your being. Everything that has happened in your life, every delay, every setback, every trial, every moment of uncertainty has been leading you to this very moment. A moment when the ordinary will give way to the extraordinary. A moment when the unseen hand of Allah will move in ways so powerful that your life will never be the same again. This is the divine shift, the transformation that comes only to those who have remained steadfast, patient, and faithful despite circumstances that seemed insurmountable, and despite a world that could not see or understand the magnitude of what is about to unfold. The Chosen One must understand that this shift is not merely external. It is internal, spiritual, emotional, and intellectual, aligning every aspect of your being with the plan Allah has written specifically for you, a plan so precise that it accounts for every detail of your heart, your intentions, and your readiness to receive. You may have prayed, you may have hoped, and you may have even questioned why nothing seemed to change. But Allah's timing is perfect, and He never reveals His plan too early, because you are being prepared to carry the blessings, responsibilities, and elevation that come with this shift without being overwhelmed, without being unprepared, and without losing the purity of your heart. This divine movement may arrive in ways you cannot anticipate. It may manifest as opportunities, as people, as doors opening, as resources appearing, as understanding dawning, or as inner clarity and peace filling your soul. But when it does, it will feel undeniable, inevitable, and orchestrated with a precision that only Allah could achieve. The chosen one must prepare for this shift by releasing attachment to the past, letting go of fears, abandoning expectations that do not align with divine wisdom, and embracing the unknown with complete faith, because the shift often feels sudden to human perception, yet it is perfectly timed, perfectly measured, and perfectly tailored to your readiness, your purpose, and your destiny. What feels like chaos, uncertainty, or delay is actually divine orchestration, chosen one. It is Allah arranging every piece of your reality so that when the shift occurs, it is not only seamless, but it also brings fulfillment, elevation, and clarity in ways that no human plan could ever achieve. The chosen one must also recognize that this shift is not for everyone. It is reserved for those who have endured, for those whose hearts remained connected to Allah despite silence, for those whose faith did not waver when the world questioned, and for those who understood that unseen wisdom always precedes visible change. You may encounter moments of doubt, moments when the old feels comfortable, or moments when the magnitude of what is coming feels overwhelming. But know this: Allah has prepared your soul, your heart, and your circumstances for this divine movement. Nothing can stop it, nothing can prevent it, and nothing can delay it beyond the perfect time Allah has chosen. Every trial you endured, every heartbreak you survived, every tear you shed in secret, every prayer you whispered in the quiet of the night, and every act of patience and submission has been recorded and is now converging to create a momentum so powerful that when the shift occurs, it will be unmistakable, undeniable, and unstoppable. The chosen one learns that this is not the end of preparation, but it is the culmination of years, even decades, of refinement, testing, and spiritual growth, and that what is coming will not only elevate your life, but will also elevate those around you, those whose lives are connected to your purpose, and even those who doubted you. For Allah's shifts are always far-reaching, perfectly timed, and infinitely wise. Be ready, chosen one, because this shift may transform your relationships, your career, your spiritual journey, your financial circumstances, and your inner clarity all at once, in ways that will make you realize that every delay, every disappointment, and every moment of waiting was necessary to prepare you for this extraordinary unfolding. Trust, surrender, and remain steadfast. For what you are about to witness is divine, inevitable, and destined to align your life with your purpose in a manner so profound that even your own understanding will marvel at the perfection of Allah's wisdom. Know that nothing can derail it, nothing can diminish it, and nothing can come before its appointed time. For Allah's timing is flawless, His wisdom unparalleled, and His plan for you is so magnificent that it surpasses every thought, every hope, and every expectation you have held in your heart. You are about to witness a divine shift, chosen one, a shift that marks the crossing from preparation to purpose, from waiting to manifestation, from prayer to answered prayer, and from faith to undeniable reality. And when it occurs, you will recognize the hand of Allah in every detail, feel His presence in every moment, and understand that everything that came before the trials, the delays, the losses, and the loneliness was necessary to prepare you for the magnitude of what is unfolding now. So stand firm, remain patient, trust completely, and open your heart fully, for this divine shift is yours. It is inevitable, and it is the moment where destiny, faith, and purpose converge to create a life of profound blessing, elevation, and divine fulfillment, far beyond what you have ever imagined, far beyond what the world could ever define, and perfectly aligned with the plan of Allah, the all-knowing, the most wise. Chosen one, understand this deeply. The final step, the culmination of your journey, the threshold where preparation meets destiny, is unlocked not through power, not through wealth, not through influence, and not through knowledge alone, but through gratitude. A gratitude so profound that it transforms the heart, elevates the soul, and aligns every fiber of your being with the mercy, wisdom, and infinite blessings of Allah. Gratitude is not merely a feeling or a polite acknowledgement. It is a state of the heart, a conscious recognition of Allah's hand in every detail of your life, a deep awareness that even the trials, the delays, the heartbreaks, and the moments of despair were sent with divine precision to prepare, strengthen, and purify you for the greatness that is about to manifest. The chosen one knows that life is full of tests designed to measure not just endurance, but also the quality of your heart, how you respond in hardship, how you reflect in solitude, and how you trust when the outcome is unseen. Gratitude is the key that transforms waiting into blessing, struggle into wisdom, and loss into preparation for abundance. When you choose to see every moment, every challenge, and every blessing through the lens of gratitude, you create a spiritual magnet that attracts Allah's mercy, opens the doors to unimaginable opportunities, and brings forth the answers to prayers that seem delayed beyond hope. It is through gratitude that the unseen becomes seen, that the impossible becomes achievable, and that the divine plan, which may have felt distant or hidden, begins to reveal itself in ways that surpass every expectation of your heart and mind. The chosen one understands that gratitude is not passive. It requires awareness, reflection, and conscious effort. It demands that you recognize the small miracles, the subtle signs, the lessons hidden in adversity, and the blessings disguised as trials. For each moment of sincere gratitude strengthens your connection with Allah, purifies your intentions, and aligns you with the flow of divine wisdom that governs the universe. Every prayer uttered in sincerity, every tear shed in patience, and every act of worship performed with pure intention is magnified when accompanied by gratitude, becoming a key that unlocks the doors to the final step, the stage where divine favor meets human effort and where destiny unfolds in perfection. The chosen one learns that gratitude transforms perception. It allows you to see abundance in scarcity, opportunity in delay, and lessons in what seemed like misfortune. It creates a heart that is patient, a mind that is peaceful, and a soul that is receptive to the blessings Allah has written specifically for you. Without gratitude, the final step remains closed, because it is only when the heart is aligned with thankfulness that Allah's favor can flow unimpeded, that the doors of provision, protection, and elevation can swing open, and that the divine shifts and blessings you have long awaited can manifest fully and perfectly. Gratitude amplifies every reward, elevates every act of worship, and strengthens every bond of faith, creating a spiritual resonance that draws you closer to the mercy of Allah, closer to the fulfillment of your purpose, and closer to the life of divine alignment that you were destined to live. Chosen one, as you reflect on your journey, the pain endured, the prayers whispered in solitude, the dreams that seemed delayed, the sacrifices made, and the lessons learned, allow your heart to swell with gratitude for all that has been, all that is, and all that is yet to come. Let gratitude become your constant companion, your shield in times of trial, and your key to divine doors, for it is in this sacred state that the final step, the culmination of your waiting, the fulfillment of your purpose, and the manifestation of Allah's promises, becomes accessible, tangible, and inevitable. Through gratitude, every challenge transforms into wisdom, every tear into a testimony, every delay into preparation, and every blessing into a source of unending elevation. The chosen one recognizes that the moment of divine breakthrough is not merely a result of effort, planning, or struggle, but of a heart fully surrendered, a soul fully aligned, and a life fully imbued with gratitude. When you embrace gratitude in its truest, deepest form, you become a living testament to the mercy of Allah, a beacon of light that illuminates the path for others, and a vessel through which divine blessings flow abundantly. It is gratitude that opens the final door. It is gratitude that amplifies the divine shift. It is gratitude that transforms waiting into victory, and it is gratitude that allows you to step fully into the destiny Allah has prepared for you, a destiny that is overflowing with mercy, fulfillment, purpose, and unimaginable elevation, all perfectly timed, all divinely orchestrated, and all in accordance with the perfect wisdom of the One who created you, who sustained you through every trial, and who now stands ready to reward your faith, patience, and unwavering trust with the realization of every blessing, every promise, and every hope that He planted in your heart from the very beginning. Chosen one. As we reach the end of this journey through these 7 powerful lessons, remember this: every moment you endured, every trial you faced, every delay you experienced, and every prayer you whispered in secret was not in vain. It was the divine preparation for what is coming next. The waiting tested your faith. Your past shaped your future. Your heart always knew the path. Surrender opened the gateway to miracles. Closed doors guided you to the right opportunities. Divine shifts are unfolding just for you. And gratitude is the key that unlocks the final step of your destiny. You are standing on the threshold of a new chapter, a chapter that Allah Himself has prepared, filled with blessings, clarity, and purpose that surpasses human imagination. Now is the moment to rise in faith, to trust in the unseen, to embrace patience, and to step forward with a heart fully aligned with Allah's plan. Do not fear what you cannot see. Do not cling to what is no longer meant for you, and do not doubt the divine wisdom that has carried you this far. Every delay, every test, and every challenge has been a sign that you are being elevated, protected, and positioned for a greatness that only Allah can orchestrate. Chosen one, your journey is extraordinary, your destiny is unparalleled, and your life is a living testament to divine mercy, power, and wisdom. So step boldly into this next stage. Walk in faith, embrace gratitude, and allow Allah's plan to unfold in ways you never imagined, because the final step is here, the shift is real, and your destiny is calling. Remember, the doors of blessings are opening, the divine shift is happening, and the only thing left for you to do is trust, surrender, and move forward with unwavering faith, knowing that what is coming is far greater than what you have ever dreamed. Share this knowledge, inspire others with your light, and always remember, you are the chosen one, and Allah has prepared a path for you that no one else can walk, a path filled with purpose, elevation, and unimaginable mercy. This is your moment, this is your time, and the final step is yours to embrace.